Well, thank you so much, Cheryl and Greg. John and Sherry Petersik, co-creators of the very popular home improvement blog Young House Love, brought us up to speed on their brand new book, also called Young House Love, earlier in the show. And now they have 3 easy to create ideas that you can try just in time for gifting. So you guys are really like superheroes too.
Oh, thank you.
You know.
Yeah. Aw, shucks.
Yeah.
The upgrades are just going to keep on coming all day today. So we talked a lot about the book, and you know, I was thinking, since we talked this morning, you have so many fantastic ideas. Where do you get the inspiration, or do these things just come to you?
Well, a lot of it comes from when we have a specific need in our house, or like we're throwing a party or something where we need to do something, and we look around to see what we have and how we can maybe upgrade something. And sometimes, like we were talking about going to a thrift store earlier, you see a piece at a thrift store that says this like needs to have something done to it, and the idea comes from that as well.
Yeah, it's like very visual. You see something and you're like, oh, it's, and like the thought is always negative first, I think, at least to me. It's a shame that table isn't a nicer finish, or oh, it's a shame that that has such nice lines, but it's a shame that the top isn't resurfaced or whatever. And then you're like, I can do that.
Or I can try. That's kind of what you guys advocate, that you don't mind just kind of going at it.
Right, trial and error. There's lots of error. We share all the error on our blog. We were just talking about on our next book, we're going to put in projects that didn't work because we think it's funny and we think it's relatable, and then it's encouraging to other people, like, if at first you don't succeed, it happens to the best of us. What, you know, like, why act like you're perfect all the time?
I like this. I feel like we just got a nugget in the next book. So there's another one coming out.
In a few years, we're like, we need to breathe and
right.
sleep in our beds again, and then we'll think about it.
So this one, 243 ideas. I was paging through. I probably was devouring about the first 15 and really just inspired with those. So there's definitely more ground to cover. But as you said, things just speak to you, and or there's a necessity, and that's how you get started.
Yeah.
Well, we have a necessity now because it's go time, right?
Yes.
So people are looking for these last minute gift ideas. You have 3 really great ideas. What are we starting with over here?
These are so simple, and for everyone at home who thinks an inexpensive gift is like $25 to $50, these are much cheaper than that, so budget friendly.
Always a plus.
These are bottles we actually found in our recycling bin. This was a little Pellegrino bottle. I don't know if you can see that the bottom's still green. And this was a wine bottle. So these were both garbage. You know, they were going to be recycled. And we looked at them and we were like, what can we do with these? Well, they sell spray chalkboard paint now at the store. It's like $6.99 at most arts and crafts stores like Michael's. Buy spray paint, that's chalkboard paint, put these outside on a little piece of cardboard, spray them according to the can directions, and then they're chalkboard vases, and you can put flowers in them. You can even put candles in them and make them candle holders. We thought it'd be cute if you had 3 on a table for Christmas time and wrote joy on them.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, as a gift, you could do someone's monogram. So we just scribbled with some chalk here. We did a J for John and an S for Sherry, but you really can kind of go crazy. You know, you can give them to a younger child who can chalk them up every day. Or
maybe not the wine bottle.
Yeah. You know, like a teenager probably would think it'd be cool to have a Pellegrino bottle in the room that they could write whatever they want on it. I hate homework. You know?
This drink was good until I finished it. But that might be a lot of writing with it. So I like those. That's really easy. And as you said, put those on a table, and it could be the centerpiece.
A mantle.
Or then maybe the take-home gift, your parting gift, right?
I even thought for like a little place setting, if everyone came and they were littler bottles, you could put a bloom in them and put the person's initial, and they'd know where to sit.
Love it. Easy. Number 2.
Yes, this is just some simple art. I'm obsessed with maps, and I'm very proud of my home state of Virginia. Sherry's proud of her home state of New Jersey. So these are just really simple art ideas you could do for someone to represent their home state or city or anything. And it's just some solid craft paper we got at Michael's, and then we just traced out the outline of our respective states using something we got downloaded from the internet, and then cut it out on craft paper that was a little bit more decorative. So you have this really like colorful, these are you know, just some floral paper, but you can do something that's even more masculine if you wanted to give it to someone like me who's obsessed with maps, and really do any combination you'd like. Yeah,
you almost could take that in any direction, because of course the world is your oyster, literally. You have so many different places to choose from.
Yeah, and just print them off the computer, you know, find like a picture of New Jersey, and it doesn't matter what the background is, you're using the outline as a template. And a lot of people don't know this, but at Michael's, decorative paper is like 29 cents to 99 cents.
Right.
So like this floral paper, and the backing behind it was probably less than $1 for both of them. And if you already have frames, it makes it a super personalized but inexpensive gift. And even if you don't have frames, Target and IKEA have very inexpensive ones.
And even more impressive, if we get a really close shot of this, and I don't know that we can do that, they're probably going to scream at me in the back, but the cutting on here is like it's so fantastic, right?
Well,
no safety scissors here.
Our trick is to use a little X-Acto like craft knife that helps. It's still by hand, but it's a little less clunky than snipping away with your scissors.
And another cutting tip is we've heard baby nail scissors.
Okay.
They're so fine and tiny that you can get really good cuts. We've heard that people who do silhouettes of children, they use those tiny scissors.
Ah, so that is the secret. We're learning all sorts of great
my
things.
secret.
I love it. At the end here, we have, of course, the fantastic book, and then a third idea. What is
Well,
this?
these we thought would be like a really fun idea if you're giving someone a book or something, because they're bookends. But all they are, again, we raided the recycling bin, and these were, actually these were like canning jars, but you can use like pasta sauce jars. Don't they look just like a spaghetti jar or something? And all we did was we already had gold spray paint around. So we, again, put them on a piece of cardboard outside, sprayed them closed, so you have the top on them. And then what you could do is open them and put like rocks or sand or something heavy, even water, to give them some weight. And you could use them, to give someone a book with 2 bookends, or even at home as a decorative item on your bookshelf with lots of books. When they have that weight in them, they really can act as real bookends.
Terrific. We're going to let everybody know how to find this delightful book. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Oh, thanks.
Appreciate it. Information on John and Sherry Petersik and their brand new book, Young House Love, 243 Ways to Paint, Craft, Update, and Show Your Home Some Love. Visit WTVR.com/VTM for a link. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We hope to see you again Friday morning at 9. Be sure to catch Cheryl Miller for the latest headlines and meteorologist Carrie Rose for weather today on the CBS 6 News at noon. Have a great day.